MLB The Show yesterday decided to drop that they are doing a new Threads rather, 2.0, and it's coming out tomorrow being Friday. Now today, we're going to take a look at some of the guys who were traded and see who some of these cards could be and all that stuff, because there was a lot going on, but a lot of fun trades, not necessarily moving than like giant blockbusters. But that being said, I think there'll be some fun cards that come out tomorrow, whether they're in packs. There's a chase card. I really don't know what it all entail, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So if you like videos like this, please leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're hitting the stretch and I'm becoming more consistent again and making weird, dumb videos. And this is one of those, well, I guess not weird, but more of an interesting video for you today. So let's dive into this and take a look at the stuff and recap kind of what the original one was. The original trades or Threads program was that came out when the game started. And then we'll dive into what this new updated version of, I think, which was what a good program was to start the year was, and all that fun stuff. So let's just go into this. Okay, so this is Threads sort of 1.0. For the most part, this is the Threads program 1.0. I don't think they're necessarily going to, I think they'll add to this. So sort of keep all this in mind as things kind of play out. I don't anticipate it being some grandiose thing, kind of like how this one was with 28 cards. There weren't that many trades, but this is the original one, and the main card here was Anthony Santander. He was an 89 at the time. Devers came out a little bit later, who's a free card as he was traded to the Giants. For the most part, these cards were actually fairly good, especially these upper ones. For the most part, you had to collect 10 to get Bregman, 20 to get Chapman, then 28 to get Santander. Wasn't too difficult, and there are some golds. There won't be any golds this go around. I'm willing to bet you they'll all be higher up diamonds. The price of these guys has gone up, I'm guessing in anticipation of these things. So I don't know if they're just going to leave these cards in there and readjust the rounds to a certain degree to sort of offset stuff. If there is a pack, there might not even be a pack. It might honestly just be a program, but we'll kind of see how things sort of play themselves out, or how all this will go. For the most part, I mean, Santander was in a lot of people's lineups for a while. I mean, Devers wasn't anything to sneeze at, but we'll kind of see how things go. I don't believe there was a big announcement on the time here, on the calendar here. Let's just look. It doesn't say anything. It just sort of, it hasn't changed is the point here. But let's get into who could be in this thing. Now, this isn't all the trades. There are still some trades I think I missed. I have a list here, and we will kind of go through all of it and sort of see how things go. I think the big names, I think we got, just for posterity here, I'm going to do this just because we can, just to fill it up. I don't think he'll necessarily get a card, but we'll put Bader in there just for posterity, because I think it'd be interesting if he did get a different card. There were 50 trades at this year's deadline, so there are a lot of them. We won't get through all of them, but I will sort of note some guys here as we sort of go around here. So let's just go around the horn. I'm not saying, okay, so starting off here, Freddie Fermin could be an interesting one for this program. He seems like a guy who could get a fun random program card, just to, like I said, random. He seems like a guy who could be a 96 for the Padres. New team here, new team, new me sort of thing. He just seems like a guy. He hasn't really had anything spicy. Ke'Bryan Hayes already got a card, but again, I think he could get another one. He had a summer one, so this could kind of be an upgraded repeat. And again, seems like a guy that could just be collection fodder. We know McMahon's in it. That's no surprise there. He might be the collection for all of it at the 99 overall, or he's like a lower collection at a 99. It kind of fits the build here a little bit. I mean, granted, 89 he had was amazing. I can only assume what his other one will be. Josh Naylor is another guy who I think fits the mold pretty well here. He did get a Tops Now card, but they could easily be like, hey, new team, new me sort of thing. In terms of the outfield, Ryan O'Hearn, again, sort of, I think fits this build as well. He got a card in May. Definitely seems like a guy that could be used of an upgrade here, and being with the Padres, and already he hit his home run last night, so it's possible. Cedric Mullins, again, he had a chase card, I think, early this year. A slight upgrade of that's a little bit easier to get. People love Cedric Mullins, but I know Cedric Mullins usually falls off pretty hard. But again, if we're talking about just fun, he'd be a fun card in my opinion here. Harrison Bader, again, I'm not necessarily saying he's going to get an upgrade. I think this card was his fun card anyway, but he might get like a live series sort of ish update here for being traded to the Phillies. There are plenty of guys to sort of look at and sort of say, oh, he could get one, but a lot of them are just random bullpen guys. Like Tyler Rogers could get one, but I'm just sort of thinking outside the box. Now, granted, I think these two guys are all going to get one. I think Suarez is going to get one. Suarez might be a pack card or a chase card. Pretty self-explanatory why. Same thing here with Carlos Correa. I think it just makes a whole lot of sense for him to get one. His highest card right now, I think, is this 89. I don't think he has one higher, so it makes sense for him to get a 99 as well. Jumping to the pitching side of things here, Shane Bieber, I would assume, gets one. I could be wrong. I think this is his highest card is an 87. He might get one because, why not? In terms of bullpen, some guys who I think are pretty obvious here. Johan Duran just seems obvious to me. Ryan Helsley, again, kind of obvious. Kumalo Duvall, kind of obvious. And then I would assume Mason Miller's going to get one as well. Again, it makes sense to me. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the rest of the trades here. Let me just pull this up. It's going to take me like two seconds here to get this thing, because we might have missed something. But let's talk about some of the deals that the 59 deals and see if there are anyone we missed. So the first one here, Mason Miller for JP Sears. I do think DeFreeze could get a card. He hasn't got one since that prospect card. So this could be a fun opportunity to give him a new Threads card because he was such a high prospect and still is a high prospect. JP Sears is another one who I think could get one. I don't expect any of these guys to get one, but JP Sears could sneak in here as well. Correa, I think, is a lock for it. Same thing as Suarez. I think he's a lot. Tyler Lockhart could be an interesting one because he is a high prospect. He could get one. Johan Duran, again, I think is a lock. Mitch Appel could also get one. They want to be sneaky and throw in some prospects. Bednar, maybe. I don't necessarily see, unless how heavy they want to do bullpen. A lot of bullpen arms removed, but Bednar, I think, is just outside of it. Merrill Kelly could be a sneaky one. They want to put another starter in. Helsley, I think, is about 95% to get a card. Bieber, again, about 95% to get a card. O'Hearn, I think one of these guys will get one. I think O'Hearn's just more likely than Laureano. Laureano would be fun, but I think O'Hearn's more likely. McMahon, we know he's getting one for sure. Naylor, I would say, again, is about 95% to get one. May could be a filler card if they want to throw him in a pack. He could definitely get one. Jax, sort of the same thing. I think Jax isn't exciting. He did get a summer card, but I kind of wonder if he's up there to get one. He could, because we could always use the bullpen, and I will never say no to bullpen cards. Just for posterity here. This is his summer card. It's 5 pitches and it's an 80. It is an 80. It is a 92, so maybe he could get a little bit of an upgrade, but they might just stick with it. 95 would be kind of cool. The low ends are 95, 96s, they're 97s. An upgraded version of him would be kind of cool. I ain't gonna tell a lie, but I don't necessarily think he's gonna get one. But hey, who knows? Going down the list here, he got for Taj Bradley. Taj Bradley could get one. That could be a fun one. Camilo Duvall. He's a big name. I don't necessarily know if he's going to get one. It's sort of like Bender. They might just throw him in there. They might not. Tyler Rogers, again, I think would be fun, but I don't know if you necessarily want that high of a Tyler Rogers because he is a submariner. I think he's a submariner, right? Is he the submariner? Yeah, he is because his brother's the lefty. Zach Littell, I would say this trade probably not. Next trade, Harrison Bader could be a fun filler. Cedric Mullins, I think, makes sense. Ke'Bryan Hayes, again, I think could be a fun filler card. Jose Calbanero, I highly doubt, but that'd be a fun little different. Charlie Morton could get one. That'd be cool. as a pitcher, depending on how heavy they want to go to, or if they want to throw him in a pack. Yastrzemski, same thing, seems like a pack card. Nestor Cortez, I highly doubt. Adrian Hauser getting a high card would be very, very fun, and to me, I think, just because of how well he's pitched, that could be, I think, would be really, really fun. Jesus Sanchez, probably not. Willie Castro getting one would be fun. I think it'd be really, really cool. Brewers require Shelby Miller and Jordan Montgomery. Shelby Miller, I doubt any of these guys will get cards. Montgomery hasn't pitched at all this year. That seems highly unlikely. I don't think Shelby Miller get one either. Like I said, Freddie Furman seems like a guy who might sneak a card in there because they throw a catcher in there, but could not. Brock Stewart maybe gets a card. These two, I could see both of them getting cards in packs, but I find it highly unlikely. Same thing with Kyle Finnegan. He might get one. I don't want to say unlikely. It sort of depends on how many relievers they want to give. I think this would be fascinating if they did this. Same thing with like these three, I think, or these four. I think this would be kind of cool. Tyler Rogers from Padres. I don't necessarily see Matt Manning getting one. Could be a cool one, but the bullpen guys, I'm going to say, I wouldn't shock me if some got and some didn't. I really don't foresee things. I don't think they're going to put 50 cards in here for 50 trades, but like, I think some of the more interesting ones, like I don't see Oswaldo Pereira getting one, and Duhar probably unlikely. Will Wagner could get one. Soroka getting a beefier card. There's some fun names, but a lot of it at this point, I'm kind of just like, I'm not anticipating this. Andrew Chafin getting a card would be really, really fun. But again, a lot of these trades at this point seem sort of unlikely. I mean, Sir Anthony Jimenez could get one. Nick Fortes, probably not. Chris Paddock, these guys probably not. Danny Jensen, probably not. Freddie, I assume he's not getting one too early. Ahmed Rosario, again, probably unlikely. At this point, we're running guys who just sort of seem unlikely. But who knows? Like I said, the honest to God thing sort of depends on where they want to do it. This program do they want to highlight everything else? Because like Sir Anthony Dominguez got a 93 not even 2 months ago. Do they really want to like jump in and be like, hey, here's another Sir Anthony Dominguez with updated numbers? They very well could. They've done that all of a sudden. But I would say like these three are definitely 100% getting one, maybe even four. I would say Cedric's probably a lock. It just sort of depends on where they want to go with it. My best guess is these three. One of them will be in a pack or something, and will be a rare round, and one guy will be a collection. Who and what I could know. Here's my prediction. High collection reward. He's just gonna be program. He will be the second one. Reason why I say is this guy has a beefier card. Well, actually, what if it might be the other way around, because he has a free 96, 97 as an all-star card. Correa doesn't. So in terms of playability, maybe they just make him the free 99. Would that make more sense? Let's see here. Or that's the tease. Let's see something. I really don't know. Because I don't think Correa... I don't think he has it, right? Because Suarez has the 96. So... let's see. I can't hit the thing. Name. Let's see. I probably misspelled it. I didn't. Carlos. Yeah, his highest is just this 89. So that seems to make sense to me. Whereas we know some other guys have some better cards, so he very well could be, because let's see. Let's go to collections really quick. We can sort this out. Because he has... where is he? He's the Diamondbacks. He has a free 96. So it's not truly out of the question that they would say, like, hey, let's give it to Correa. I think Correa might be the free collector of the pack card, just in terms of repeats. Where are you? And plus, he already had a really high, sort of annoying collection. He was already an annoying collection card. I can't. There he is, Suarez. Yeah, he got a 96. And this card's fine. They might beef up the contact, so he'll get a. I think he's gonna get another card guaranteed because he was a prize guy. A little beefier. He might be the pack card or like the high-end collection card, but I would assume he would get a card. I think the main two guys out of the collection are gonna be Correa and probably McMahon. That'd be my guess, because their cards are not as new compared to like a high-end Suarez, if that makes sense. I hope that does. I don't know. Well, that's where my predictions are. I will probably be wrong because I was a little off when it came to the the July program. But let me know down below if there's somebody I missed that you think is an obvious choice in the comments down below. And we will see you back here tomorrow to see who the actual who the cards are in the program, and alongside the first week of the August spotlight. So there's a lot of stuff coming tomorrow as well, so stay tuned right here for all that. And with all that being said, my name is Specs, and I'll see you guys all next one. Bye guys.